3 of me. Hey, part 2. I think part 3. Part 3 or part 2. I don't know. Just that I am watching memes. Oh my god, I got it on me. Okay. Just okay. Where's the legs like that? Just only watch this. Okay, we'll react to MSA.
Hey there, I'm Liz from
Previously My Story Animated. One of my favorite.
Small Town USA. Please like and subscribe. Growing up, my life was a series of patched up clothes and hand-me-down shoes. Dad worked long hours at his construction job just to make ends meet. Our tiny house creaked and groaned like it was about to collapse any minute. Meals were simple and repetitive. Beans, rice, and more beans. I shared a bed with my parents because we couldn't afford a separate one for me. Once when I was 7, I had an accident in the middle of the night and wet the bed. As I woke up and I realized what had happened, I started to cry. But instead of getting frustrated, Dad just hugged me and wiped my tears away. It's okay, Liz. Accidents happen. We'll clean it up and everything will be fine. Later, I noticed this rich-looking guy around my age who would come into the restaurant daily, and I'd always catch him staring at me. I ignored it for the first few days, but then I'd had enough. Hey, what's your problem? Oopsie. You don't need to clean it. I wasn't going to clean it. Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, you don't work for me. I mean, I'd be lucky if a pretty girl with those pretty eyes worked for me, but no, only old people work for me now. Not that I'm against old people, like, ageism is bad. Just tell me why you're here and why you keep staring at me. Are you a pervert? Oh, no, I'm not. I'm here for a reason, but I'm not sure I can talk to you yet. And then he just left. That was so weird. He disappeared for a few weeks, and I thought that was the end of it. But then one day, he came back and said he was ready to talk. Okay, my name is Steve, and I think you're my neighbor's granddaughter, the Richard family. Your dad was super wealthy, but he had problems with his family and was cut off. You're supposed to be super wealthy too. It hurts to see you struggling like this. So yeah, I just can't be quiet anymore. I obviously thought it was a prank, but then he showed me pictures that made me stop short. That was my dad in his younger years, looking happy with some people in front of a mansion. There's more. Maybe we can talk after your shift? Look, I don't know who you are and what you're trying to do, but please, just leave me alone. And I left before he could say another word. But all this information was making my head spin, and I asked Mom about it that night. Oh, Liz, it seems like our situation will never get better, so I think it's time to tell you. Your grandparents are super wealthy, but your dad thinks they're dishonest people, maybe even thieves. He tried to expose them once, but when they found out, they cut him off for good. Please, don't talk to him about any of this. I have their address. Just go there and try talking to them. Maybe their hearts will soften when they see you, and they'll help with Dad's surgery. It's worth a try. This was a lot to process, but Dad's health wasn't gonna get better, and we needed money. So after a week, I made a decision to go. We told Dad that I got accepted for a free college course and that I would be away for some weeks. The next day, I took a train to the state where my grandparents lived and went to the address Mom had given me. I nervously rang the bell, and a butler opened the door. Yes, may I help you? Hi, I'm Liz. I think I'm related to the people who live here. I'm their granddaughter. That's impossible. Their granddaughter already lives here. She's been with us for months. You better leave before I call security. The butler slammed the door in my face. I started walking away, feeling so confused. I'd just gone down the block when I bumped into Steve. Liz, what are you doing here? What do you think I'm doing here? No, you can't be here. Come with me. Steve took me to his mansion and sneaked me inside his bedroom. Quick, get in here. What's going on? Who saw you at that house? Just the butler? And he said the family's granddaughter already lives there. Do they have more grandchildren? No, your father's their only son. That girl is an imposter your grandparents have hired to be you. Listen, I can't explain more right now. I just wish you told me you were coming so I could have planned better. Okay, nothing is making sense. And why are you hiding me? No one should see you around here. And you need a place to stay, right? Just stay here, and please, trust me. By the way, your eyes are beautiful. Yeah, you told me before. Oh, okay, well, thank you. I mean, you're welcome. I'll get you some food. Don't come out. That night, I slept on Steve's bed and he slept on the couch, except I didn't sleep much. I had so many questions. Why would my grandparents hire an imposter and not contact me instead? In the morning, Steve suggested that I leave the mansion in disguise to avoid being recognized. He pulled out some baggy clothes and a boy's wig from his closet. Are you serious? Who would recognize me around here anyway? The butler might have told the Richard family that a girl with your description turned up yesterday, claiming to be their granddaughter. We need to be careful. There is no way I'm wearing that. Go buy me a girl's wig. It's your plan, so it's your responsibility. Yeah, sure. I'll go get one right away. He got me a blonde wig, glasses, and some dresses, and we sneaked out of the house to have breakfast at a cafe. Look, I need some answers now. Why would my grandparents hire a girl to pretend to be me? And everybody expected that he would reject them. And then a few days later, boom, they suddenly had a granddaughter living with them. They introduced her to your great aunt as proof that they'd mended relations with your dad. They even faked her DNA test. Well, how did you figure out she's fake? Because I heard her arguing with your grandparents one night. She was asking them for money, and they were shouting at her that she'd get it as long as she kept acting like their granddaughter. That's when I started tracking you down. Oh, God, this is too much to process. And my grandparents aren't going to help me, are they? They'll never admit I'm their granddaughter now when everyone thinks the other girl is. Yeah, they're terrible people, and they won't help you out. But the imposter girl, Lily, she goes to my school. Maybe if we can get close to her, we can get her to admit, and even got me enrolled in his school, where everything was so fancy and intimidating. God forbid. You promised you'd date me soon, yeah? No, Lily, I didn't. And, this is my friend Liz. Liz, this is Lily, remember? I told you about her. Oh, you've been talking about me? How sweet. Liz, please knock some sense into your handsome friend and tell him that we're meant to be, okay? And by the way, you look ugly, which is good, because I don't have to worry about you being a threat. Really? Well, I think I look super pretty, and that's bothering you, which is why you're insulting me for no good reason. No, I'm insulting you for a good reason, which is that you're ugly. Anyway, Liz, why are you here at our school? Just here to get a good education, like everyone else. Well, I bet you don't even know the latest dance craze that's been going around the school. How can you even call yourself a student here? A dance craze? Oh, I'd love to see you demonstrate it, Lily. Lily hesitated, then stood up in the middle of the cafeteria. She began to do a bizarre dance. Wildly. Realizing she'd made a fool of herself, Lily stopped dancing and glared at me. Well, I hope you're happy. You just made me look ridiculous in front of the entire school. Actually, you did that all by yourself, Lily, but don't worry, your dance moves were definitely memorable. Suddenly, Lily attacked me, and I wasn't taking it. We fought like wildcats till— I know, but she's so annoying, and she attacked me first, but I should have kept my cool. I guess all the recent stress has just gotten to me. I'll go apologize to her. Hey, Lily, I just came by to make things right between us. No. Like, leave. Shoo. Oh, wait, is that a flamingo? How'd you know it was my favorite fish? Okay, you can come in and get to know me, cause, yeah, I'm amazing. But remember, I'm watching you like a hawk with glasses, because I don't trust you. Okay, then. By the way, I love the roses on your dress. Thanks, I water them every day, but don't think I'm fooled by your compliments. I still don't trust you. Weirdly enough, I didn't have the worst time with Lily, even though she was crazy. She challenged me to a game of speed chess and beat me every round. Checkmate. You suck at this. Checkmate. Loser. Then she wanted us to play Scrabble, and when I beat her, she flipped the board over. I don't like this game. Let's get something to eat. I went down to the kitchen with her, and I started feeling angry at my grandparents. They had enough food here to feed an army. How could they let their son suffer in poverty? Just as Lily and I were taking a tray of food upstairs, we came across my grandmother, who was going bonkers on a maid. How dare you step on my dress? Didn't I scold you just this morning? It's like I need to scold you 3 times a day. Maybe I should just fire you. Grandma, I like this maid. Please don't fire her. And also, we have company. My grandmother glared at me coldly, then turned to Lily. Did you ask my permission to have company over? I don't want some greedy leech stuck to you because of our status and money. Piling food onto a tray like she's never even seen food before. What? No, I didn't. Leave this very instant. I looked at Lily, who was red-faced and silent, and I just ran out of there. Steve, my grandma is a mean, awful witch, and I don't think I'll get Lily to admit anything. I should just go home. No, you can't give up so easily. You need to expose these horrible people to your great aunt. You deserve to have a better life, Liz. I don't know, Steve. Why do you care so much? Because, I don't know, maybe I'm like your dad and I can't see evil and do nothing. Like a truth warrior kind of thing. Maybe I'm like Robin Hood, but I don't steal from the rich and give to the poor, so I'm not like Robin Hood. But come on, smile, girl. Oh no, I can't see. Your blinding smile lit up the entire room. I mean, the entire house. No, the entire neighborhood. Oh no, the entire... Shut up and let's go for a walk. As we walked around the neighborhood, Steve's easygoing nature made me feel relaxed and comfortable, like we'd known each other for ages. Suddenly, I grabbed him and kissed him, and he kissed me back. But the next day at school, we'd just walked into the hallway when Lily came running and threw her arms around me. I'm really sorry about Grandma yesterday. She was just PMSing. Isn't she like 70 years old? Yeah, so? Listen, she's really not that bad, but I'm so sorry she screamed at you. I was having such a good time, and for the first time since I came here, I felt like I had a friend. Please, don't stop being my friend. Fine, I won't, but I'm not hanging out at your house again. Deal. I hate that place anyway. So, bestie, have you talked to Stevie here about how he should stop resisting my charms? Yeah. He surprised me with a hot air balloon ride. We climbed into the basket and took off, watching the sun rise over the horizon. Liz, I never thought I could feel this way about someone. I can't imagine my world without you now. Steve, I feel the same. You've been my rocks. Growing closer too, and one day we were supposed to go to the mall after school, but she blew me off saying something important had come up. I saw her leave and decided to follow her. She took a bus to the other end of town and then ran to a woman waiting at the bus stop. Oh, Mom, I've missed you so much. I started recording everything on my phone, breathlessly. Here's some more money, Mom. I have to stay for a few more months before the Richards give me the last payment. Will it be enough for now? Yes, honey, thank you. I know how hard this has been for you. Well, at least I sleep on a nice bed, eat nice food, and go to a nice school. But yeah, it's so hard. That rich old couple is horrible, and I hate it when I have to meet people and pretend to be their loving granddaughter. I hope all their teeth rot soon so they can never enjoy food again. I snuck away before Lily could spot me. The video would be enough proof to convince my great aunt. This is everything we need, Liz. Your great aunt is hosting a big charity gala next weekend, and many influential people will be attending. It'll be the perfect opportunity to expose your grandparents to her and the world. Maybe he was right. After we enter... You big liar. Okay, so Steve doesn't like you, and you're gonna call me a liar when your entire existence here is fake? This girl right here, she's a con witch. The Richard family are liars. They cut off their own son because he couldn't stay quiet and wanted to expose them for their stealing and corruption. This innocent girl has been living with her sick dad, struggling to make ends meet, while her grandparents are billionaires who hired a girl to steal more wealth from their great aunt. Everyone stared at the Richard family in shocked silence. Just then, the great aunt stepped closer to me. You do look like your father, but how can I know you're telling the truth? I showed her the video of Lily and her mom, and even my DNA test. Really? You will believe this lying, dishonest beggar? Shut up. How dare you? You're the liars. You thought you and your wife could fool me and get away with it. Get lost, both of you. Now. My grandparents started crying and begging, but my great aunt stood firm, and they both left. And suddenly, Lily turned into a madwoman. Oh, Liz, there's something Steve didn't tell you about himself. The Richard family and Steve's dad were business partners, and they stole from his dad, almost ruining him completely. So my guess is that Steve brought you here to expose them for his own revenge, not because he cares about you. I looked at Steve, stunned. No, you did all this because you're a truth warrior and because you love me, right, Steve? Steve silently looked down, and tears filled my eyes. At that moment, my great aunt stepped in. Come with me, dear. Through my tears, I choked out. What now? Life can't stand to see me happy. I just want to go home. I'll take you home, love. You're my family, and I'll take care of you now. The next day, everyone was talking about the scandal. Lily and my grandparents were arrested for fraud, and I returned home with my great aunt. I missed you so much, guys. My great aunt immediately took care of my dad's surgery, which was a success. After he had recovered completely, she insisted that we move in with her and that my dad join her business. She wanted someone honest and hardworking like him. Dad gratefully accepted the offer, and our lives turned upside down. We were rich, healthy, and happy, but I couldn't stop thinking about Steve. Although the jerk didn't even try to contact me. One day, we heard a knock on the door, and it was Lily, looking miserable. Please, I'm begging you, forgive me. I just got out of jail on bail. My mom spent everything she had to get me out. She used to work for the Richard family as a maid once, and we needed money so desperately, so I agreed to pose as their granddaughter. Please, she can't afford to fight this case. I couldn't help pitying her. She was just a poor girl who had needs, and my grandparents exploited them. My great-aunt dropped the case against her, and we even helped her with the money. A few weeks later, Dad came home with a guest, Steve. Liz, I don't have much to say, but yes, I brought you here to expose your grandparents because I badly wanted revenge. But I think I fell in love with you in the process. All I've come to ask for now is a second chance. Steve, I was really hurt when I found out about your intentions, but deep down, I feel something special between us too. And if it wasn't for you, my family would still be struggling. So, can we just take it slow and see where this goes? Sure, we can take it slow, like a turtle doing yoga, or a snail on vacation. But seriously, I'm ready to put in the effort to rebuild your trust and make this...
I was silent, alright. I just realized that I was recording again.
work, if you are. I smiled at him, and he smiled back.
Yee. What is?
Welcome to the future of entertainment. Kung saan ka makakagawa ng kahit anong kwento. Download mo na ang Kakri ay ng libre.
Go shut the fuck up, man.
Different. Hi, my name is Ashley, and this is the device over my left ear. My parents told me I could never take it out, that it would be dangerous if I did. Some sort of science experiment? Hi, I'm Evelyn from Florida. Please like and subscribe. 12 years into their marriage, my parents had given up hope of having a kid when suddenly I came along. I was their picture-perfect miracle baby with mom's auburn hair and dad's green eyes. People fawned over my looks, and my parents marveled over my brains as I crossed milestones faster than other kids my age. Except as I was growing older, my parents started noticing that I wasn't really like other kids. I didn't want to play with them and preferred to be alone. I was obsessed with taking apart machines and building Legos and puzzles. I couldn't move until I was done with something I'd started. Well, you could try to move me, and then live to regret it. Once when I was 5, my parents and I flew over to Paris for a holiday. On our first night, as Mom unpacked my clothes, I noticed something was missing. Where are my purple socks? The ones with the dinosaurs? At home, I guess. But I packed other socks, sweetie. But they're not the purple ones. I want the purple socks with the dinosaurs. I drove my parents bonkers the whole night and the next day. I want my purple socks. I want my purple socks. Why are you looking at... That evening, we took a flight back to Florida, and I slept like a baby with my purple socks on. My parents thought I'd get better in school, but things just got worse. I didn't like sharing my things or having anyone touch them, and when other kids realized that, they only teased me more. But once in 2nd grade, the teacher announced we were going to the zoo, and I lost it. It's not on the timetable. See? Where does it say trip to the zoo? We're supposed to have a math lesson. I'm not going. It means that Evelyn processes information differently than other people, and changes are especially hard for her. But I can teach her ways to manage her emotions better. I wasn't entirely sure what the doctor meant, but I knew one thing. I wasn't like everybody else, and I just didn't fit in. Once in 6th grade, I was having lunch at my usual spot outside when I noticed an older boy bugging this new girl in my class, Alyssa. It looked like he was stealing her lunch money, and I couldn't just sit and watch. Hello, can you stop bothering Alyssa, please? Otherwise, I'll have to report you to the principal, and you'll get detention. Oh, I'm scared. I'm shaking in my boots. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you that much. Wait, is that a mole on your hand? Yeah? What's it to you? I recently read about moles in a medical journal, and you should get that checked out by a doctor. Let me take a closer look. No, back off, loser. Please, I need to look at it. You could be really sick or dying. I'm just hilarious. You're funny. What's your name? Evelyn? And I wasn't trying to be funny. Well, I think you're a hoot, Evelyn. And thanks for scaring my idiot brother off. Actually, I stole his lunch money, and he was just trying to get it back. Let's go get some donuts, shall we? And that's how I made my first friend ever. And Alyssa was soon one of the popular kids. She was pretty and outgoing, and for some reason, she'd taken a liking to me. And when she invited me over to her birthday slumber party, I was over the moon. I picked out a model train set for her, and I couldn't wait to assemble it. Sweetie, maybe Alyssa will want to eat cake and play games first, so you'll have to be patient. I was able to keep my excitement. Still found me weird, she always had my back. In 9th grade, I got selected for a spot at a science summer camp for young geniuses. I was away learning all sorts of cool new things and came back home a week after school had started. I'd missed Alyssa and I was so excited to see her. Except the next day, I couldn't find her anywhere. I stopped a girl from class to ask where she was, when suddenly I heard Alyssa laugh. You dummy, you've walked right past me, twice. I just hadn't recognized her. She'd dyed her hair and was wearing bright red lipstick, and her clothes were weird. What happened to you? You don't look good. You know how we've talked about you being too blunt at times? You still need to work on that. But I have to be honest, you don't look like yourself. I know you don't like change, but it's good sometimes. Come on, I want you to meet some new friends. It turned out that 2 famous boy band singers, Jamie and Lyle, had joined our school, and Alyssa was suddenly BFFs with them. And now I had to hang out with these pop stars, and all the girls were dying to get close to them. Lyle joined the football team and got busy with practice, but Alyssa started inviting Jamie everywhere with us, and I didn't like it. He was always bragging about his tours and his fans and his bestseller albums. It was so annoying. Wow, that's so cool. Don't you think so, Evelyn? Not really. I think their music kind of sucks. Well, I think your mom's cooking kind of sucks. What? You've tasted my mom's cooking? When? It was a joke? Oh, Evelyn doesn't get jokes. I get jokes. That just wasn't a joke. The definition of a joke is a funny statement, like this joke I made up. Why is it bad to trust atoms? Because they make up everything. I giggled so hard I nearly fell off my chair, and Jamie looked amused. Funny girl. Back to me now. No one's ever told me they don't like my music, especially teenage girls. Why don't you like it? You have a good voice, but you don't really talk about real deep stuff. It's all about parties, dancing, and silly nonsense. If I had the power to reach as many people as you do, I'd say something more meaningful. Jamie looked a bit taken aback, but then he smiled. Thanks for being honest, Evelyn. It took me some time getting used to Jamie, but weirdly enough, I did. He wasn't as dumb as he sounded in his songs. He was even curious about the project I was working on for the National Science Fair, which Alyssa hadn't asked about once. My dad's a smoker, and I hate it. So I decided to make this machine, which converts the hydrogen cyanide in cigarette smoke to hydrogen sulfide, which stinks like really bad farts. The smell immediately disappears once the cigarette is put out. I'll make smaller versions of the machine, which you can hide in every room, and the smoker can't find them. They'll just have to put out their cigarettes to stop the smell. I never thought I'd find a girl talking about farts so fascinating. That's a clever invention. And you're pretty cool, Evelyn. I couldn't help feeling pleased. And he was so bossy with Jamie and dismissed all his ideas about their songs or videos. Once when the 4 of us were getting smoothies, Jamie gave Lyle a song he wrote that was different from their usual style. Lyle read it, crumpled the paper, and threw it away. Save this lame saving the world poetry for your philosophy class, Jamie. We sell pop music, and no one will listen to this trash. I hated seeing Jamie look so hurt. Jamie, I think you should release a solo album. You're a much more talented songwriter than Lyle, and even your voice is 100 times better. He's just holding you back. Excuse me? You have no idea what you're talking about, so butt out. Evelyn, I'm sure Jamie doesn't need career advice from you. And you were super rude to Lyle. Jamie wouldn't look up from the ground, and I felt angry. Alyssa grabbed my hand and we left. When we were far enough, she turned to me. You don't always have to say exactly what you're thinking. What are you trying to do? Break up their band? Jamie and Lyle are famous. Their music is popular, and being friends with them makes us popular. Also, I'm kinda dating Lyle, so can't you just be normal for once? You always made me feel like I was normal, but you've changed now, Alyssa. Well,
Bukas na yan?
I've always been different, and that's okay with me. Especially if it means I don't have to like stupid pop music just because everyone else does. I was so angry I wanted to scream, but I took deep breaths and counted to 10. By the time I got home, I felt a bit better, but when Mom asked me how my day was, I told her everything. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. But you guys will make it up, I'm sure of it. Except that we didn't. It stung that neither Jamie and Alyssa tried talking to me, and I didn't either. I kept myself busy with my project, and a month later, Jamie and Lyle released their new single. It hurt my ears listening to it, but all the girls at school went crazy for them, and they'd even perform the song in the cafeteria at lunch. One afternoon, I was putting the finishing touches to my machine in the science lab when I felt tired and took a short nap. Suddenly, I heard something next to my ear and woke up startled, knocking my head straight into someone's face. Ow! Gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's just you. It's all right then. I think you broke my nose. Why was your nose so close to my head? I was just checking if you were alive. Well, I'm alive. Thank you very much. You can leave now. My nose is bleeding. Can you help me here? I gave Jamie some tissues and held an ice pack on his nose. So, what do you think of the new song? I already told you. Your music stinks. You sound like an auto-tuned robot, and your words are still shallow. Well, the whole world disagrees with you. We're #1 on the charts, and we're going on tour in a few months. Then why do you care what I think? I don't know. I just care. Look, I'm really sorry that I've been ignoring you because of Lyle, but the truth is, I've missed you, and the things you say matter to me, and your eyes are really green up close. I had no idea why, but my stomach was doing something really weird. Then why don't you just take my advice and become a solo artist? It's not that easy. I know I'm more talented, but recording songs takes money, which Lyle has. That's why he makes all the decisions. But I have been thinking about quitting the band. Just then Lyle barged in with Alyssa behind him. I knew I'd find you here. And I am so sick of you putting stupid ideas in his head, Evelyn. You don't know anything about the music industry or the real world. And suddenly, he took a swipe at my model and sent it crashing to the floor. No! What the heck, man? Are you crazy? Why don't you just worry about fixing your dumb machine and leave the music to us, Wally? I felt rage bubbling inside, and I just leapt forward and punched Lyle's face. Then I ran off as fast as I could. I cried for hours over my project. The science fair was next week. My parents were fuming at Lyle and trying to console me when the doorbell rang. It was Alyssa and Jamie with my broken machine. Evelyn, I am so sorry. I knew Lyle wasn't nice to you, and I should have stood up for you earlier. I got so caught up with being popular, and I've been a horrible friend. Please, forgive me. I was just so glad to have her back that I hugged her tight. She and Jamie promised to work day and night by my side to help me fix my machine, and I felt together we could really do it. The next morning, my parents and I were called into the principal's office. Lyle's parents kicked up a huge fuss and wanted me to apologize, which made my parents even madder. He broke our daughter's project. Do you have any idea how important that is? She broke our son's face. That's the source of his livelihood. We want this girl expelled. You know who we are, right? Why don't both parties apologize, and we end this? I can't apologize to Lyle, because I'm not sorry at all. My entire life, people have mocked me one way or the other. They think I don't understand their jokes, or the looks and whispers they exchange, and I always act like I don't. But punching Lyle was the first time I really stood up for myself, and I'm never gonna take that back. The principal checked the CCTV footage in the science lab, and it was clear that Lyle had wrecked my project first for no reason, and he was expelled. And a week later, Jamie and Alyssa were cheering for me the loudest when I won first prize at the science fair. I'm so proud of you, Evelyn. And you were not kidding about how bad that fart smell is. It definitely got my dad to quit smoking. That's amazing. Also, I quit the band, obviously. I can't work with that jerk anymore. Time to go solo. But you'll help me with my songs, right? Of course. What are you gonna write about first? A girl who's gonna save the world. One crazy idea at a time. You're talking about me, right?
I just forgot I was recording.
Kumain ka muna, mamaya ka mag-cellphone na, Lorena.
Bro, I just forgot I was recording. This is one of the best apps I ever had, actually.
Order food you love with Food Panda.
Y'all need to download the X recorder. It's super good. It's actually more better than the screen recorder I use. The way that where I download it, it's from Google.
Order food you love with Food Panda. Download the app and order now.
Hi, salamat. YouTube time na.
Bestie, alam mo ba na pwede na bumili dito? Sa YouTube mismo?
Ha?
Hi, I'm Clover from Oklahoma. Please like and subscribe. I was born to a busy doctor mom who spent most of her days treating patients and performing surgeries. She loved her work so much that when I was about to come into this world, she was busy delivering other babies and the nurses had to pull her out to deliver me first. She's so pretty, like a snowflake. I was born with blue eyes and white hair, unlike anyone in my entire family. And wherever we'd go, everyone would stare at me. What a unique kid. You should have her tested. Maybe she's an X-Men with mutant DNA. Oh, go away. Listening to such stupid people and seeing how Mom got scared for me every time, I decided to fix things on my own. I took some paint colors and decided to color my hair all brown. Oh, Clover, what are you doing, honey? I don't like strangers coming up to me all the time, Mom. I want to fix it myself so I can be normal like the others. Sweetie, you are normal, and you don't have to change anything about yourself for anyone. But they just keep bothering me. Then give them time. When people see something they're not used to, they get excited, but over time, they'll get over it. Trust me. To my delight, I discovered what Mom said was true. When I started school, at first, all the kids would stare at me, but then they all wanted to be my friend. By the time I was 14, guys would go crazy over me. And even though I secretly liked all the attention, I wanted to focus more on myself and my studies. So I worked my butt off and got into the best high school in Texas. But when I told Mom this, she shocked me with something even bigger. She was going to volunteer in a small village in South Africa and asked me to move in with my aunt, who also lived in Texas. My aunt? How come I've never heard of her after all these years? That's because she ran away to marry a super rich guy and got in touch with me only recently. But why her, Mom? And how am I going to live without you? The place I'm going to is very remote with almost no communication with the outside world. That's why I want you to stay with family who can look after you when I'm not here. And you're all grown up, honey. There's a world out there you need to explore on your own. Mom hugged me tight, but I really wasn't excited about her leaving like this. Days after Mom left, I took a flight to my aunt's place. But when I reached the address Mom gave me, I got the shock of my life. My aunt wasn't rich. Instead, she lived in a very small house, and when I knocked on the house door, a pan came flying at my face. What the flying pans? Oh, darling, I am so sorry. It's just this bratty daughter of mine. She keeps throwing nasty fits. You, come on in. She took me inside, and I could see this house hadn't been cleaned in ages. Yikes. It's just a pet. Don't freak out, princess. Freak out? I wanted to run from this place, especially because I had to share a room with nasty Nia, and she was the most unhygienic of all. So, what's with the white hair? Does it get you the boys, or do you have one of those real conditions like they show in MSA videos? You watch MSA? Yeah, and that's how I know I'm the main character. Now take the couch and don't fart all night. Ew. She was sick, but there was nowhere else I could go now, so I decided to make this place my home. And these people, my family, like Mom had asked me. The next morning, before Aunt and Nia woke up, I cleaned the entire place to give them a surprise. But when I returned from school, the house was all upside down again. You guys, I worked all night to clean this place. Well, who asked you to do it? And anyway, I couldn't find any of my stuff with everything so tidy, so I messed it all back up. Ugh, this girl was such a nuisance. I almost wanted to call Mom and tell her to come back. But that's when I learned that Mom got stuck because a serious illness broke out in the area where she was working. And the government in that state announced an emergency and sealed it. So when's Mom gonna come back? And is she okay? Yeah, she's safe, but I have no idea when she'll be back. Now tell me, did you clean the house all by yourself? Your mom told me you can cook too. And did she give you any money? And even though my heart kept sinking thinking about Mom, my aunt would keep me busy with the house chores. And just like that, I became a live-in maid for these people. And Nia and I became like siblings who quarreled all the time. What did you do with my boots? I sold them for $40 at school. Profit, you see. Only you ain't smart. They cost more than $400. Oh, you're so stupid. She'd even have wild parties at home just before my tests to annoy me. And my aunt would sleep peacefully on the couch, like a deaf bear in hibernation. God knows how she managed to run the house without money. She didn't give me any allowance, and I decided it was time to make my own money. So I took up a job at a local salon, but then one evening, while I was on my way back home, rain started pouring, and I started to run, but just then, a car came and stopped right in front of me. Camilla, get in. I kept ignoring him because that wasn't my name, but the guy kept following me in his car and then stepped out. I turned around to hit him, but he held my hand firmly. Hey, chill. Look, I'm not gonna force you to come back with me, but just listen to me once, okay? He let go of my hand and kept talking to me like I was someone else. Look, sir, I think you're mistaken. I'm not Camilla. It can't be. You both look so similar. God, is that your real hair? He then apologized to me and went away.
Ready to enjoy more Chicken Joy's moments? Isa pa. Chicken Joy! Try the new Chicken Joy Perfect Pairs.
And went away, but only after a few seconds, he came back running. What now? I can at least drop you at home. It's terrible weather, and I'd like to apologize for my misunderstanding. He seemed like a nice guy, and because of the rain, I decided to take the lift. But on our way home, he showed me pictures of this girl who looked just like me. What's this? Did you Photoshop these? And then he told me something shocking. This girl was a model, but she ran away, and ever since then, he's been searching for her. But I'm not her. I know. That's why I want your help. Until I find her, do you think you can work in her place? And I'll pay you a lot, too. Me? I can hardly walk properly in slippers. I'm no model, but I can teach you. Look, I don't want to force you, but I took advance payments and Camilla ran away with all the money. Now, if you won't do the shows, I'll have to refund triple the amount and I'll go broke. I felt bad for him, but I had school and even Mom wasn't around, so I politely refused. But then a few days later when I woke up, I saw all the stuff was put out in the garden for an auction sale. Nia, what the heck are you doing with all my stuff? Making more money out of it. Your mom's gone and we have no idea when she's coming back. You can't just stay with us for free. So, who wants this shawl? Hey, that's my mom's. Give it to me. We both pulled it apart and went flying in different directions with the shawl ripping into pieces. I felt terrible seeing this and just wanted to move out now. So I called up James, the guy in the car, and took his offer on one condition, that he'd let me continue with school, and he agreed. He took me to the modeling agency dressed as Camilla, and later that night when I was in bed, I heard a knock on my window. James, what are you doing here? I'm grateful that you agreed to do this, Clover. So, I bought you this. I stuffed my mouth knowing I had to go on a diet from the next day. But from then onwards, James would sneak into my room every night and teach me how to act like Camilla, along with how to pose and walk like a model. He'd even pick me up and drop me back at school. And we'd have so much fun together that it felt like I had a new best friend that I could trust. Then on the day of my first ramp show, I was getting dressed in the green room when I heard a familiar voice. I went out to check and saw Nia was yelling at James. If you don't pay me the rest of the money now, I'm gonna tell her the truth. Here, take this for now. I'll pay you the rest later. James went off, but I couldn't help thinking what all of this was about. Nia, what are you doing here? And what's this money for? Why should I tell you, smarty princess? Did Mama teach you to be street smart and not get used? Get used? What do you mean? He paid me to make things difficult for you at home after he met you, so you'd take his offer. He followed you that night and knew you lived in my house, so we talked. You're lying. Of course, that's what you'll think because you've always thought of yourself as someone superior to me, and as a fool because I lived in poverty. There was no way she was right about this. So I immediately went to James and confronted him about this. I'm sorry, Clover, but I just wanted you to take the offer desperately, and I couldn't think of anything else. But why? Why would you do that? I don't want to gain sympathy, Clover, but the truth is, I have a chronic disease and I need lots of money for the treatment. Here, you can see my medical records. Oh, James, I'm sorry to hear this, but I'm not yet sure if this justifies what you did, man. I know. I just wanted to save my life, Clover. I know it was wrong, and I couldn't live with myself knowing I had tricked you into this, but I'm glad the truth came out. And it's okay if you leave, but I'm not leaving. What? Look, I don't want you to think of me as some charity case. No, it's not charity. What you did was wrong, but ever since, you've just been nice to me, and I want to help you, James. He hugged me tight, and then I rushed to the stage because I was already late for the show. But the minute I got onto the stage, I realized there was something wrong with my dress. Thankfully, the model right behind me saw this and helped me cover it. And the show was a super hit. James took me out to celebrate, and he looked so happy. God, you were breathtaking today. And so many people wanted to sign you for more modeling jobs, but I refused since you have school. What? No, you should have taken the offers. But Clover, I don't want you to compromise on something you love. Besides, I told you, it'd only be a few shows, and then you can go back to your previous life. But what if I don't wanna? I love doing what I do right now, and this isn't for anyone else but me. So you should take the offers, James. That brought the brightest smile on his face, and from then onward, I started working harder. I did 2 more shows for big brands, but then one day, something bizarre happened. As I walked out of the changing space, I got the shock of my life. Camilla? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? I saw you on the TV and magazines pretending to be me. Why the heck would you do that? 'Cause you ran away with James's money and he needed help. That's a pathetic lie. I ran because James is the biggest jerk on the planet. He used cheap tricks to get me into the spotlight, like messing with my wardrobe, and then wanted to make me do cheap shows for good money that he could make. What are you saying? Tell me none of that has ever happened to you, and he didn't use some cheap tricks to gain your sympathy. He's a big liar and crazy about money. He tricked me into signing some bad modeling projects, and when I refused to do them, he threatened me legally. That's why I ran away. All of a sudden, the ground beneath my feet shifted, and I felt devastated. But I knew I couldn't be weak now, and I had to come up with a plan to teach this jerk a lesson. There was one person I knew who could help me come up with an evil scheme, but she wasn't gonna do it for free. So, now the smarty pants princess needs my help. Yeah, the jerk didn't pay me the amount we agreed on. Can you imagine someone conning Nia, the queen of conning? And yeah, I'll help you. And I expect payment. So I want every penny you have saved up. And I want a foot massage. Fine, as long as you take a bath for once. We came up with a plan, and then a few days later, James came up to me with a bunch of documents. Just like you said, I took on those projects, and now we just need to sign the papers. Oh, that's amazing. Did you sign them already? Yeah, I did. Perfect. Now let's put this on, and let's get you on the ramp. Camilla? What nonsense. It's the same thing you've been doing to the other models all this time. Now it's your turn. What do you mean? These papers that you signed say that you owe us 2 times the money that you earned from all these projects, and if you fail to pay, you'll go to jail. What? How's this possible? These papers... I changed them. I broke into your office while Clover distracted you and changed these. Easy peasy. And I paid her to do that. I'm sorry, but I was desperate too. He tried to run away, but Camilla had called the cops in time and he got caught. As he was being taken away, Nia turned to us. Now, try to be a little more careful next time. Both of you idiots. You're right. Thanks for your help, Nia. And Clover, I want the money you promised to give me. Also, I have something to tell you. But no drama or I'll slap you. My mom called and said your mom is back and with my mom now.
Oh my god, I forgot I was recording. Oh, let's watch that.
Okay, who's this guy? Noob. Hamburger Man.
Ang sabi that.
Oh, Derpy Chicken Boy. G.I. Joe. Bernie.
Barney the purple dragon.
Joe
The-
Cool.
Oh my god, there's a cartoon named Joe Cool.
Pizza Man.
Pizza Man.
The Pumpkin Ninja. Frat Boy Construction Worker. Creepy Samurai Man. What's his
Yum.
name? How do you not know his name? Jason. Yes. Satan. There's an R, so we're gonna call him Ralphie. Neo.
Yeah. Let me look. Yo, it's real. The first mistake.
Embracing nuclear.
She slowly took off her wig, and she was completely bald. She then went on to tell me the most shocking thing ever. Your mom...
So much math that my brain will explode. You can't get out, even if you already knew how. Every answer you get wrong, I will be sure to sing my song as long as I get you to tag along. You will be lost. And of course, the follow through. I'm slowly coming after you. We are not horses. We are humans. And humans are.
Oh. Yay, I get my friends.
Enjoy. Enjoy.
Let's see what's on your phone. First, show us your lock screen. Now, home screen. Last photo in your camera.
It's saying my home screen lock screen is saying. Okay.
Last photo in your camera roll.
Okay. Wait. Oh, found it.
At hayaan natin itong kumulo hanggang lumapot. Ito na kumukulo na at lumapot na Ilagay na natin ang bell pepper.
Oh, I was eating ice cream with the straw. Well, at least I found the spoon.
Last photo in your camera roll. Your Bitmoji.
Same, I did have a bit more G.
Your Roblox avatar.
Tabi na yan, natutulog na.
You can see that I'm a noob.
Hoy, tama na yan.
Wala, konting oras na lang.
Siya. Konting oras ka na.
You can see that I'm a noob.
Hindi ka na sa konting oras.
There. That's all and let me go.
How do I look, Maymay?
So beautiful, Mama. How do I look?
Perfect. How do I look, Maymay?
So beautiful, Mama. How do I look?
Perfect.
Сделай круг, из колонок мягкий грув, ты садишься на...
Did you fart? Did you cut my hair?
Get your prank.
What the fuck was that? I used to have Darcy have that thing. I and Darcy.
How would Dandy from Dandy's World work as a killer in Forsaken?
Okay. Would
First,
Dandy be
his
able
passive
to...
would be to replace every generator on the map with iCore machines.
Huh?
They would work similar to the ones from Dandy's World. His second passive would make it so that every item like medkits and colas would cost tapes that can be found around the map. Now, for his first ability, he can cause a blackout. This would make vision for the survivors worse and would reveal their locations to Dandy. For Dandy's second ability, he throws a capsule of ichor that spills onto the floor, slowing down survivors and stealing their tapes. When Dandy uses his third ability, he becomes the twisted version of himself. While Dandy is twisted, any survivors who didn't buy anything will have slowness and weakness applied to them. This makes you an easy target if you can't buy any items. Dandy's second ability, the ichor capsule, changes when he becomes twisted. Rather than stealing tapes and slowing survivors, it now corrupts them into twisted versions of themselves who hunt down their fellow survivors.
That would be cool. Okay, Dandy would be cool. Okay. Yeah, I use lasso. I know that.
Tutorial
Bro,
for fight.
do the chest no.
Tra-la-la!
The
Are you worried? Tra-la-la!
fuck is that? I like this, but why is the animation like that? Just make it normal. I hate AI.
If you are watching this in June or July 2025, this is your moment. Use this sound in your next video and subscribe right now. By tomorrow, you'll feel a big shift. Something you've been waiting for.
Driving in my car right now.
If you're watching this in June or July 2025, this is your moment. Use this sound in your next video and subscribe right now. By tomorrow, you'll...
Driving in my car right after.
Alright, so back on this filter, I played it the other day, and a bunch of you were telling me to cut over 96% on this filter. Now, I have a feeling that a lot of you think something is going to happen if I do that, and there's no way, right? These filters, they're supposed to be family-friendly, PG, so I trust The creator of this film, Jesus.
Ta-da! A rocket, idiot. Astro lives on the moon, right? Same thing, fish breath. If we go to the moon, we can talk to him directly.
Man, that's cute. Bye, I'm going to set periodical. Bro, we start at 6. 6 in the morning. While I got, look, one day I got to 6:21 and I was late. Yeah. There was a event, alright. Nah, that's ugly. Why is it ugly? Huh? Yeah, I actually have something. I just charge my phone.